So my name is Lara Bonney. I'm the UK Managing Director for the Abacus Alliance. So before I hand you over to everybody, I thought we'd have a think about what's going on in our market at the moment to set a bit of the scene. So of course we all know our reason for being when we're at work is the customer. And when it boils down to it, does the customer have enough money to buy our product? Are they engaged enough to buy our product? And will they do it lots of times? That's really what it's all about. So is the customer able to buy from you in the foreseeable future? Well, let's have a look at some economic background. So you might have heard, if you've been reading the news, that there's rumblings that the Bank of England might be increasing the base rate for interest rates by 0.25%. It'll be the first time they've done it in about 10 years. If they do it, not definitely going to happen. But of course, that does take money away from the consumer purse if that happens. So that's not brilliant, really. The economic growth forecast is expected to fall a little bit. I think we all know this. We all know there's going to be an impact on this from Brexit. So it looks like household consumption spending is going to be going down in the next couple of years. Going up again in 2019, but it's not probably going to be as healthy as it has been. If we have a look at growth in retail sales over the next few years, well, the growth's still there, which is really great, but the growth is slowing. Slowing less in food sales. So for those of you that are in that sector, you should be in a better position than those that are in non-food sales. So 2017 is going to be a little bit less than at the end of the year it's predicted than it was last year, and potentially a bit less in 2018. So yeah, get ready. Consumer confidence is also down a little bit, but it is going back up, and apparently the October figures, they do say, is going to be a little bit better, going upwards again. But it's not all doom and gloom, because everybody in this room is here because they're in e-commerce retail. Now, if you break down into that subsector, that's looking much healthier. And as we know, there is this big move from retail store shopping to online. That's why we're all here. And actually, over the last 6 or 7 months or so, the growth rates in non-store retail have remained really healthy, ranging between 16% to actually up to 25% on value, and quite considerably higher on volume as well. And if you turn that into a graph, you'll see that the top line, which is value, is actually tracking above the volume, and this is probably because a lot of people have put prices up. But it does mean that your margins are being protected, so it shouldn't be too bad going forward. So that's what's going on. But then we thought, well, we'll just ask you, how are you feeling? What do you think the outlook is going to be? So many of you have completed a survey that we sent out over the last couple of weeks, and you actually said, when we asked you what do you think the outlook is on business conditions, most of you were really quite optimistic. 52% were optimistic, definitely. 39% somewhat optimistic, and only 9% of you didn't have a very positive outlook. So, people in this room, you all know what's going on in the wider market, but you do see that actually there's a lot of potential going forward. And when we asked you about sales in the last 3 months compared to the 3 months before, 53% of you said they've been better, so you've had a better early autumn than you did in summer. 32% similar, and only 15% said it was worse. When we asked you for your outlook on business prospects in the next 3 months, well, again, either people are very confident or you think it's going to be the same. And only 6% are not confident that it's not going to do well, which is really heartening that actually you're not at all deterred by the slowdown that we see reported in the official figures. which is great news. And actually, I'm very heartened to hear this, because some of you may know, and some of you may not know, that actually after being part of the setup team at Abacus 19 years ago, and loving and caring so much about the Alliance all those years, actually I'm going to head off and see what life's like on your side of the fence. And actually, at the beginning of November, I'll be starting as the Chief Marketing Officer for Long Tall Sally, and handing over the reins of the Abacus Alliance to Dylan Jenkins, who you all know as our Commercial Director, and to Michele Masnighetti, who is our Head of Analytics. So both of whom have been with the business for many, many years and understand the business inside out and backwards. So I feel very confident that I'll be leaving the business in really safe hands. So with that, on that note, I will hand you over to Dylan, who's going to just remind everybody what the Abacus Alliance is like. He's got 3 minutes to do that.
Hello, everyone. Oh, there's loads of people. So, yeah, as Lara said, it's just a massive challenge for me to do anything in 3 minutes, never mind describe what Abacus do. So I'm going to scoot through this. There's a lot of you in the room that I know could probably do this better than I could, but there's a lot of new faces, which is really, really great to see, because that's what this is all about. It's about retailers coming together and understanding what the power of that merged data and that merged knowledge and that networking can really do and how it benefits. So, why are we here? We're here because of you guys. This business wouldn't exist if you weren't part of it. It's a partnership. Our role in this is to facilitate the sharing of information, the networking. Your role in this is to contribute the information you do on your customers. This is an example of some of you, or a lot of you in the room today. So it's not certainly not all the brands here, but it really shows you the diversity and the really well-known businesses that are part of this. And that's what makes this a really, really great forum for sharing, networking, and understanding what's going on in the marketplace, as Lara's just alluded to. To give you a view on our background, the Abacus business is part of Epsilon, and that's part of a business called Alliance Data, which some of you may or may not have heard of. Alliance Data is a global leader in marketing services and loyalty programs. So the Abacus business stands under Epsilon. We have a sister company called Conversant, which some of you work with, and Andy's going to be here this morning to talk a bit more about that, and in terms of the digital side of the business. And Loyalty One is the world's leading loyalty program. So as you can see, there's a lot of history in the business. What that means for you is that we're well backed. That's important. There's a lot of product development comes out of our US business, so we benefit from that, and obviously you guys do as well. And we're constantly looking at opportunities and challenges that we can help you with, and having that wider group really helps us to do that. So you're in good hands. And importantly, which is going to be a topic all through today, it's about security of the data that we hold for you, and believe me, there's no better business to be involved with in terms of the security we put in place. Epsilon has four parts of the business: data, which funnily enough we sit in, there's tech, agency, and digital, and those businesses before really incorporate all of those different areas. So Abacus Alliance, for those of you who've seen this, apologies for those of you who haven't, just a little reminder. So what's the Abacus Alliance about? As you can see, member A, B, and C there, that's you guys. Your part of this partnership is providing customer data on a monthly basis, updating the database so that we've got the most accurate, recent transactional customer data to help you all with your marketing projects. You provide that. Our role in that is in the middle as the data processor. Our expertise over 19 years is how we put all of that data set together and really create one big single customer view of that customer, understanding all the different touch points, all the different purchasing habits and products. And that's where the power of the data really comes alive. And what we do then is help in three areas: help you to understand your own customers a lot better, to help you find new customers, importantly, and also to drive insight and really to understand the market and what's going on so that you can help you plan a lot better. Just a few stats here. I won't read them all out. Some of you have seen these before. I think the key thing is here, as you can see, there's 496 active members of which quite a lot of you are here today. That's a really, really healthy number, and we are always striving to bring in new participants and new companies to help work with us. We've had 44 new clients this year. A lot of pure play businesses have started getting into the offline catalogue channel and finding great success there, and you'll hear a bit about that today. But there's a lot of data there over a number of years, and it's about using that to make best use of your marketing. So finally, the challenges we can help you with and the things we can help you to solve. On helping you with your existing new customers, it's by finding new prospects. It's helping you with inquirers. You have a lot of people who, frustratingly are not buying from you. We can help you manage them and find the best people to continue marketing to. And cross-brand. A lot of you in the room have multiple brands. We can help you understand which customers are best to market to across that. Repeat customers, the constant challenge, how do you get these people to keep buying from you? We can help with nursery programs. We do that with a lot of members. Segmentation, adding to your existing segmentation to make it more powerful. And importantly, customer reactivation, a big challenge, as it always has been, even more so with new data laws coming into place next year. And as I mentioned earlier, market insight. It's really, really important to understand the trends that are going on in the marketplace. It's forever changing, the challenges that are there at the moment. So understanding that, business insight to help you plan better for your spend and your activity in the coming year. And share a wallet, understanding where you sit in the market and how your business is doing compared to your competitors. Unbelievably, I've come to the end of that, and Gordon's just told me time's up. So hopefully that gives you a very, very quick view on what we're about. Any questions? There's account managers, client directors, analysts here today, so please ask us, and we'd be more than happy to answer your questions.